Wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off, wax on, hot. Wax off, hot. Concentrate. Look at my eye. Lock a hand. Thumb inside. Wax on, hot.
All right, welcome to another edition of JTJU. We got the second of 4 snippets from our war with BRCM. So if you want to see the first one's talking about what the war is all about, check it out. But this one's about a Quattro LavaLoonian 3-star in a Town Hall 10, and we focus on that because that's what really helped them win this war, I think, in that they had 12 attacks, 6 Town Hall 10s. They only needed 8 of those attacks to close out our Town Hall 10s, and the other 4 were 100% on the top Town Hall 9s, giving them a waterfall effect of then the top Town Hall 9 could hit the bottom Town Hall 9 and so on down our clan. But let's take a look at the Quattro LavaLoonian and see how they enabled that Town Hall 10 to start. All right, so here's the second in the set from BRCM. In this case, we're going to be taking a look at a Quattro LavaLoonian, KHC1 Quattro LavaLoon. Actually, let me say it correctly. It's a Town Hall 10 entry level, in that all the ADs, Wiz Towers, all the anti-air stuff is all max Town Hall 10 values. I Towers are maxed at Town Hall 10, so that's an exception, but overall the base is pretty, new to Town Hall 10, so the possibility of 3-starring it is pretty real. You do see occasionally mid and upper level Town Hall 10s getting 3-starred, but it's more the exception than the rule. But at entry level Town Hall 10, just like you can max 3-star Town Hall 9s with LavaLoon variants, you can do the same still, because not a lot really changes as you move up. Vance is going to be our attacker. He's going to bring in his level 30 King and level 40 Archer Queen to show us the show. So let's just go ahead and we'll pause along as we get to do it. So first off, he's coming from 430. Nothing too exciting there. Penetrates with the wall breakers. 1 Golem. That's one. And I mentioned that already, how he's doing Quattro. But one thing that's interesting is if you're doing Quattro, I mean, your goal is really just to get 2 things instead of the usual 3 with a tri LavaLoon, and that is the Queen and 1 AD. And then that leaves you 3 ADs that you have to get a 3-star, and that's why you carry 4 Hounds. Usually at Town Hall 9 anyway. It starts to vary a little bit at Town Hall 10 that you might not always have 1 extra Hound, but in this case, looking at this as if it were Town Hall 9 because not a lot of it's different, it's kind of an interesting rule to keep in mind. Keeping going along, he goes in, the Archer Queen and the King really can carry some whoop. We got the lightning down. Here's another interesting point. He wall breakers in through the second set of walls. Because he knows that with the queen position here, the queen pad here, and this gapping on the wall, making it in effect a 4-tile gap, the queen's detection range versus her shot range will bring her over the wall. So he doesn't need to carry the jump per se. He just needs to get troops in here hanging out, then she'll jump to shoot them, and then she won't back up. So he's playing on that to limit the amount of spells he has to carry. He's just going to carry that, and then he uses his wall breakers to get to that final wall. If we keep going from there, you can see the Queen with that level 40. You can see how much value she brings to the table, because she is not going to go down. She'll be in this game for a long time yet. Moving on, here comes the LavaLoon deployment. This is also very interesting. He deployed it 1 second prior to this. At 1:55 he deployed. He's going to end up getting it all cleared out, or up except for 4 loons, will be deployed in about 4 to 5 seconds, which is pretty impressive when you think about the amount of things he's deploying at spot deployments. He's not just spamming it out on a point. And there's a couple of deployment techniques he's using that might be worth mentioning. First off, with his hounds, he goes through a sequence which is, he CCs, then he hounds over on the other side, then he hounds back. And the reason why I think he does that is because he's trying to avoid doing triple tap, where he'd get like whoops 3 on one side and be like, oh crap, So that's a way to protect, is where you're alternating sides but very quickly. And then the other thing is that once he gets these hounds down, then he moves into a deployment furthest away from the target first. So he actually will deploy his about 6 loons, 4 or 6, I didn't count exactly, but up here at the top, and they're going to be flying in this way. It's a little bit off screen, sorry about that, but then he'll actually move outward from there. So then he'll end up deploying his mass on the farthest most target, so he'll have like 3 or 4 on these edges here. No, it's not the measles, those are drop points. So now we'll keep going. And here, voila, everything is out except for 4 balloons that he's going to use for the backside. Another interesting point is that because he's trying to come, think about the flight of the hounds, right? So they're going to come in and post up here and here. And when those things drop, they're going to flow this way, right? And potentially outstrip the hounds in this gap, or outstrip their loon cover in this gap that they're going to go through. And the way he's trying to reduce that impact of these hounds arriving and being all by themselves is once they get there, then he's going to originate a small force from the other side. So in effect, something to think about, if you got a large gapping from where you're initially hitting 2 to where you're going to hit the 3rd, to where there's a gap between hounds and loons, you might want to think of a backside team. Let's keep going. Hounds take it down. Here they come. The loons are in. Now here's the spell deployment is also interesting. One thing is if you're Town Hall 9 moving to Town Hall 10, you'll see a shift from using all 4 rage all spells after the KHC team spells are rage to at Town Hall 10 you're going to consider some free spells for the eye towers if they're of scale. In this case they're maxed. So he'll freeze the 2 eye towers and in doing so also get down some other assets that could hurt his team. But then what's more interesting is where he's dropping. He's already dropped one of them, the rage spells. Notice one rage is here, and then he'll drop his other one here. Size is approximate. But what I felt that was about was, 1, he's trying to get down the eye towers, right? 2, he's biasing the spell path to the assets that are going to be in this space that are moving this direction. He wants to get them to that. Again, the big issue is the hound outpacing the loons. So if he can expedite certain hounds, the hounds that we're going to move that way, to get him over to where his loons over to the hound is with him, it's a good thing. So watch as that happens. And we'll reignite. So we're banging. There goes the other rage. And you can see it helped both. Look at that whole pack of loons are going to move very quickly through this mortar over. They'll pick it up on the exit and come through, I believe. Let's go ahead and watch. There they are. Still got rage. Now they just dropped rage. And those guys got raged all the way across. So see how that really helped his loon team reestablish connection to the hound team, of the hounds that were remaining? And after that, the game is basically over. So I think Vance, with the Archer Queen is helpful at 40, but his great timing and spot, accuracy in his spot deploys, coupled with spell placement to enable closing of the gaps between his loon and hound teams as they jump from the first 2 engagement points to the final, is what really makes this 3-star go. Good job. All right, so that wraps up this snippet 2 of 4 from our war with BRCM. If you liked what you saw, give me a high five or some other form of accolade out on the internet. Or if you have more time on your hands, feel free to click the magic circle up at the top right, that white ball. If you click it, you'll see the 4 cards and other stuff from the war that you can click on and go to. Some of these are the battles you see listed on this page. Worst case, I wish you the best of luck in your upcoming wars, and I'll see you soon. Mr. Miyagi, how do we do that wax on again?
Show me wax on, wax off. That!